on Haryana, its background, its history, its mythology, its culture, and so many other areas I'll try and touch upon. Before that, let me introduce myself to you. Well, I'm Rajbir Deswal. I began my life, my career as a journalist, joined the police department, became an IPS officer, and presently I am an advocate. I have won President of India's Police Medals twice, and I have been awarded with Haryana Sahitya Academy Awards also twice. I came out with my first book on Haryana, that was in 1991, Wit and Humor of Haryana. And the second book was Culture Bright and Dark, again on Haryana, that was in 1992. These two books were reviewed by the noted man of literature, Khushwant Singh ji, and the second book was reviewed even on BBC. So I've been writing mainly on affairs concerning Haryana, whether it is honor killing, whether it is khap panchayats, whether it is agitations, whether it is other issues involving the state of Haryana. Today I'm here to introduce to you all my state, where I come from. This is called mainly the Jat land, Mahabharat land, Kurukshetra land, Saraswati land. And this land is known for its valor. This land is known for its mythology, history. In fact, in every brick that you would find in Haryana, you will come to know some aspect of history or mythology. Starting from the very ancient times, scriptures have been written here. There have been rishis and munis who did their penance here. Well, Saraswati River, a sacred Devi, also flowed here, and it emerged from Ad Badri, flowed up to Sirsa, and then wound up looping around Sirsa up to Haridwar. Well, these are the geographical, manifestations of the state of Haryana. Soil-wise, it has 4 parts. Linguistically, it can be divided into Deswali belt and Bagri belt. And on the issue of soil and the content of water, it can be divided into 4 divisions, namely Bagar, Khadar, Nardak, etc. and Banga. So these are the broad divisions of Haryana. Haryana is a otherwise modern state carved out of Punjab in 1966. And since then, Haryana has not looked back, though Punjab is also equally progressive, but then Haryana has achieved strides which are unparalleled. Right from the earlier known history, Haryana has not been isolated in whatever way, whether it was the invasion of Alexander or up to the times of Harshvardhan, Kushan period, etc., etc. Thereafter, Balbans and Sultanates and Bhakti movements and Britishers, right through the Mughal period. What we have seen in Haryana is just plundering and looting and whatnot. All these invaders, whether they were Huns, they were Afghans, Changiz Khans, Taimurs, Ghaznis, they all came to capture the power in Delhi. And to approach Delhi, they had adopted 2 routes. One route via Hisar, Fatehabad, Sirsa, etc., and reached up to Delhi. And the other one was through Himalayas, having crossed the Darra Khyber Pass, and hopping on to the Himalayas, then crossing over to the western bank of Yamuna at a place called Sadhaura. From Sadhaura, the marching invaders, they plundered through the lands of Kurukshetra, Pipli, Panipat, Karnal, Jeen, and Sonipat on the way. These lands became so belligerent, rebellious in nature because they had to bear the brunt of the foreign invaders all through. Whether it was the Hisar side, Firoza side, or it was the Panipat side. Panipat had witnessed three main battles, 1526, 1761, and then 1556 between Hemu and Akbar, Baram Khan, etc. These battles left such big scars on the collective psyche of the Haryanvis that they became definitely belligerent. They became rebellious in their temperament because the seat of power was always Delhi. And a nucleus which is closest to the seat of power will always be affected by the good or bad diktats of the sitting ruler in New Delhi. So this is one reason that we can explain why we are so belligerent and why we are so rebellious in our temperament. Our language also adds to this belligerence in a way, and that's why it is called Latmar Boli. Latmar is as if it's a blow of a lathi or a baton or a stock. So I explained the reason why we have been so. In fact, there is a joke which is said on Lord Krishna that why in UP the dialect is so sweet and why in Haryana the dialect becomes so very hard and aggressive. And the answer is that in UP, Mathura, Lord Krishna played the flute, whereas in Kurukshetra he took up arms and sided with the Pandavas. So this is a land of righteousness. This is a land where so many decisive battles have been fought and they have changed the course of history. There are so many interesting places in Haryana which are otherwise lesser known. Kurukshetra is on the international map Whosoever comes to India and is religious minded and seeks to have some kind of a mythological touch, he will definitely come to Kurukshetra, land of Mahabharata. And in fact, around Kurukshetra, folks, if you visit Kurukshetra, you can still find in close proximity, say 10 to 15 kilometers, this side or that side, south or north, places which did exist once upon a time, Mahabharata times, and which are still there in the remnants, in the residues, in the remains. These places are like Banaganga, where Bhishma Pitha lay on the arrows, and Banaganga, where he dug water from the earth with an arrow shot. And there is a place called Amin. There you can find the Abhimanyu's fort in pure flesh and blood. Still there are 70 feet wide foundations of the Abhimanyu fort that was there in the legends. Well, coming to Haryana's lifestyle, we have typical things to address. Like, for example, there is a Haryanvi Pagdi. Well, Pagdi is a symbol of our honor. Pagdi is all that a Haryanvi would die for. Pagdis exchanged means that yes, we are good friends. If you put a pagdi in somebody's lap and ask for something, you get it. Means that is the culture, that is the tradition. That is a symbol. Pagdi is also, and at some places it's tied differently, at other places it's tied differently, and at some places it's also known as safa. Well, hookah is another symbol of Haryana. You must have seen people, smoking at hookah and sitting in groups. Hookah is not only a smoking thing that you will find in Haryanvi cultural milieu. It is something which has an occasion for dispute resolution also. If there is a kind of dispute anywhere arisen out of anything, whether it was a land, whether it was some matrimonial alliance, or some issue relating to the khaps or to the panchayats or to a particular gotra or to a particular chunk of land, or waters being distributed, or the crops not being taken care of. So everything will be decided on hookah, and hookah Hookah pani band means there was a total boycott of the person who would not abide the by the decisions taken at a session of hookah. Likewise, Haryanvi ornaments. Ornaments too have their symbolic value, like a jhalara or something worn on the breasts of a woman would always speak of her honor, and a tagdi tied around somebody's groins or waistline is a symbol of one's chastity and fidelity. Likewise, all these symbols they add up to make what Haryana is. As I said, Haryanvi dialect is a bit coarse, it's a bit aggressive. But interestingly, the Bollywood is lapping up this dialect, and very many actors nowadays, starting from Malika Sherawat and Ranbir Hooda, and the latest one, Jaideep Ahlawat, Sharma, Yashpal Sharma, and very many others, Anup Lathar to begin with. They all tried to get entry into the Bollywood, but it was some kind of a hesitation on the part of the Bollywood producers also, whether to allow some aggressive Haryanvi to be roped in as a character or not. But yes, of late, Haryanvi has been adopted in the Bollywood as well. And the reason is that because although it is on the comical side to begin with, to be very frank, and if you have to show a burly police wala, it's always a Haryanvi, and he is a Haryanvi speaking guy. So Haryana has produced sports persons and sports girls. We have won Olympic medals, and we have won very many other medallions. Our sports persons, starting from girls, Sakshi Malik, Fogart sisters, they made their name, and they provoked the Mr. Perfectionist Amir Khan to make a movie on them, Dangal. And there was yet another movie by Salman Khan called Sultan. These girls, they provoked not only they provoked the Bollywood filmmakers, they have provoked stirred up the entire dormant society of Haryana, who did not care two hoots for girls' education or girls' advancement in life. Sports has again been something really great when it comes to wrestling, in fact, particularly. Wrestling, our own boxer Vijendra, and then Sushil Kumar, and there are many nowadays, they are also getting jobs in police departments and other recognition they are getting. Sandeep Singh is the new minister in Haryana, who was a hockey player once upon a time, and there was a movie made called Surma on him. Well, if you talk of wrestling and if you talk of sports, how can you be far away from culinary delights? How can you be far away from nutritious things that you have to eat to maintain your not only body but to make it so strong as to give proper and tough competition to the compatriot that you are fighting with? Well, there are so many jokes to say about. In fact, when I began this session, Dr. Ashish Daya, he wanted me to speak something about Haryanvi delicacies, and I didn't find any Haryanvi delicacy to my preference that I should be speaking on that particular thing. But yes, there are so many things which are related to Haryanvi humor. Again, Haryanvi humor is something which people would die for, and it's very jerky, in fact. Wit is always concerned with what is known as your intellect, but then definitely humor is always that which emanates from situations. So a Haryanvi cannot be trusted with decent, good, reliable answer to your query. If you ask someone as to what is the time, well, he may quip, "Kyun doob ke marega kya? Do you want to drown yourself in a well?" Or if you ask someone, if you tell someone, well, I want to go to this village, and the answer could be, "Maine kab roka hai? You can go." मैंने तो तुझे नहीं रोका. And if you tell somebody that does this road lead to hospital, and the answer could be कल तक तो जाती थी, आज का मुझे पता नहीं जाती है कि नहीं आती है. So you can never trust a Haryanvi with something answered in direct manner. I'll tell you another joke. There was a man and a woman, sleeping in their kotha when some thief broke in. And when there was some noise of the utensils, the wife nudged her husband to wake up and take on the thief. The husband said that you just keep lying. There is no point taking on the thief. And the wife said, why don't you take on the thief? And the husband said, why should I only take on the thief? And the wife said, you are a mard. The husband said, I am a mard in your case, but not in the case of the thief. So it's a banter, it's a beautiful banter between so many relations, whether it is husband-wife or Jija, Sali or Devar, Bhabi or Saas, Sasur, and all these, relations, they are there. Now, I was talking about things to be consumed. Somebody said, Desi ghee is such a thing which you can add to anything and eat up. And the person, sitting next asked, hi buddy, can you eat it mixed with tobacco as well? क्या तमाकू में भी डाल के खा लेगा? Oh, this is again Benta. I am again reminded of a joke where there was a fight going on, there was a wrestling bout going on, and the strong man, the Pahalwan was riding a very lanky kind of a person, lean, and the lean person from the ground, yelled whispered in the ears of the Pahalwan that he'll give him 2 kilos of ghee if he would spare and if he could get defeated at his hands. The Pahalwan thought that he is a small time Pahalwan, chota Pahalwan, so he got defeated at his hand. And later on, when the Pahalwan asked this man, lanky fellow, as to where is that 2 kilo ghee, then he said, it was my trick. वो तो मेरा दाव था तेरे को गिराने का. So these things are all related to Haryanvi humor. And Haryanvi humor, one more thing is there. Haryanvi man can give you a gud ki bheli, a lump of good, a jaggery, lump of jaggery, but he will not give you a small little ganna. And mind you, about 50 gannas they make one lump of good. Likewise, in fact, घी दूध का खाना हरियाणा, देशा में देश हरियाणा, यहाँ घी दूध का खाना, दूध दही का खाना. In fact, दूध dahi is not only the staple diet or things to be consumed. It is a kind of a way of life. Till sometime back, you were not a good man if you sold milk in your household. Ghee was to be stored. Lassi was to be shared. And jocularly they would say, lassi ka aur baat ka bhi kya badhana hai. Yani lassi mein if you add water to it, you can increase the amount. And likewise, if you want to fight with someone, you can fight on small little issues. Another joke which I found, related to this culinary session of Dr. Daya's, proposition. There was a woman who took, food for her husband working in the fields. And this husband sat under the shade of a tree and started eating. When he was done with 3 or 4 rotis, bread, there was a small little piece left out. And he turned to his wife and asked, Gantha aur le rahi hai ke? Do you have spare onion? And looking askance at her husband through the corners of her eyes, this lady chastises him, goads him, coaxes him, saying, Chatore, aren't you one? So it's a Haryanvi benter. And when we talk of Haryanvi delicacies, a walk through the dhabas of Murthal, you will definitely enjoy that. They are lined up, in huge numbers, and the kind of stuff that they offer, and in so much of a quality, your plate is not only full. You would be rather afraid that you'd be rather afraid that would you be able to eat it up or not. But in a jiffy, you gulp it down and enjoy it and savor the taste for future to come and again visit Haryana. Well, this was all about Haryana. I'm looking at some of the reactions they are coming. If you have any questions, I'll wind up very soon. If you have any questions about Haryana, Haryanvi lifestyle, in fact, I wanted to talk about some tribal tendencies in us. We are a tribal society, definitely. Reason being that, as I told you, we are belligerents, ab initio, since the very beginning. Why did we become so is also talked about. There is an issue which generally people are interested in is the khaps. What are the khaps? Why should the khaps dictate things which are not practiced in a civilized society? Like they would not recognize certain marriages. Like they would not let the girls wear jeans in the villages, or they would not like the girls to carry a mobile phone, and things like that. In fact, the cops have come to a situation where some of the young blood, some of the young boys, young Turks, they have taken away the center stage, and they have started grandstanding the stance of the cops. Otherwise, till some time back, and it started from from Uttar Pradesh. Amongst the Jats, it's particularly organized. It's a free-floating body. Any kind of a cop is a free-floating body, of which the general rules and regulations are worked out by a common consensus. It is only of late that certain misguided youth have started grandstanding the cops. Likewise, we are tribal, as I say. It's a very harsh word to say, but definitely when we kill our daughters, there is female feticide prevalent in Haryana in some clandestine manner, and the male-female ratio is also not very charitable, I must say. So these are the things which make us looked at with a little contempt, being tribal, parda system and all those honor killings. Honor killings have been reported from so many places. In fact, honor killings, they start from the North India, including Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, part of Madhya Pradesh, through Punjab and right up to Afghanistan, through Pakistan. So honor killing has been there. Nowhere else do we hear about honor killing and things like that. So, friends, I'll call it a day now, and I've spoken enough on. I've given a very brief introduction of my state, from where I come. I have talked about the sartorial sense, preferences, the culinary delights. I've talked about history, mythology, and whatnot. Thank you very much for enjoying, for watching me, and thank you very much, Delhi Food Tours, for having us on board. Thank you very much. Enjoy your evening. Thanks a lot. Back to Anubhav, and welcome Dr. Ashish Dahiya. Yeah, Haryana culture at Surajkund is a mirror. It's a reflection of what is prevalent in Haryana, and it is showcasing very many sides of Haryanvi culture through because we are very close to Delhi for that matter, and we have been organizing these Surajkund Melas for quite a long time now. At least I remember 15 to 20 years we have been organizing, and we in fact some days back we had done a seminar with Dr. Ashish Dahiya, webinar in fact, where we had suggested that if you come to Haryana and spend about 6 to 7 days in Haryana, traveling through Sonipat, Panipat, Karnal, and taking through Kurukshetra and going up to Yamuna Nagar, and spending 3 days on way to Pinjore Gardens, where you can have a night stay, and it's a beautiful Pinjore historical garden, historical place, and a mango festival is annually held here. So from there